welcome back to my channel, and thank you so much for tuning into the video. In today's video, we are going to talk about thumbnails. I am going to give you some advice and tips on creating thumbnails. Then I'm going to show you exactly how to create a thumbnail on both Canva and PicsArt. Those are the main two apps that I use personally, and I love them. So if you want to learn how to create some amazing thumbnails and need to really step up your game in that area, definitely stay tuned because I'm going to show you how to make some fire thumbnails. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in again. Take a second and hit that red subscribe button and the notification bell. Every Friday, I come out with new videos all about social media, whether it's how to make money on social media or how to grow your Instagram, how to handle your YouTube channel, different aspects of having a YouTube channel, you name it, all of those resources are going to be right here on this channel. So I definitely love to have you. So before we get started on showing you how to use Canva and showing you how to use PicsArt, I want to go over a couple key tips on creating thumbnails. For my thumbnails personally, I use my face in about 90% of them. Research shows that when your face is in a thumbnail, people are more likely to click on it and check out that video. Now, you do not have to have your face or your image in your thumbnails if you don't want to. A lot of people don't. So that is a route that you can take. I just personally put my face in about 90% of the ones that I have, both on this channel and on my main channel as well. So that is what I personally would recommend. And I'm going to show you some amazing techniques that you can do on PicsArt to cut yourself out, put you on other backgrounds. It really makes the thumbnail stand out and look really nice. Another thing for thumbnails, you don't want to make it too busy, but you want it to be a visual summary of what that person is going to learn when they click on your video. Is it going to be teaching them something? Are they going to be learning how to make a casserole, a quiche? Are they going to be learning how to unclog a toilet? Whatever it is, you want them to be able to understand from looking at the photo. People are obviously on YouTube because they're visual learners, and it's a lot more fun than reading a textbook or going to Wikipedia. So you want to make sure that it's eye-catching, it catches their attention, and it summarizes it as well. Then also you want to make sure, of course, that the summary is in the title, but that is for another video. You also want to make sure that your thumbnails look similar to one another. That way you have a cohesive theme over your channel, and when people are scrolling through on YouTube or they see the suggested videos over on the side, they'll recognize that that video is yours because you have the same type of thumbnail on all of your videos. It also makes it a little easier because you don't have to come up with this crazy new thumbnail idea. You can just kind of edit and tweak different parts of it, tweak the words, but the overall style of the thumbnail is going to stay very similar. Therefore, using the same similar colors, have a nice color palette for your channel that relates to your YouTube banner, that relates to if you have an Instagram. You want to make sure that everything and related to your channel and your niche have the same color scheme. That I think is very, very important. I personally use like blush pinks a lot in all of my thumbnails. And then of course I put my face on my thumbnails as well, so you'll know that it's my video. So now let's hop into Canva first. That one's a little bit more beginner friendly. If you're not super creative and you don't have a ton of design ideas, sometimes it gets tough. You can use Canva. It's free. I'll link the apps below that I'm using. I'm not affiliated. I don't get paid for it. They're just awesome apps. So Canva has a ton of different templates that you can use. All you have to do is replace out the photos, change out the text, and you're good to go. You download it, it's super, super easy. So let's pop over to Canva so I can show you exactly how to create your first thumbnail. So this is the thumbnail that I created for this video. So what I'm going to show you is exactly how I created this thumbnail on Canva for this video and exactly the different steps and methods, all the different tricks on Canva that you can do. So at first, when you sign up for Canva, it's free. There is a free version, there's a paid version. So you go to canva.com, it will be linked below in the description box, and you can create a design. Of course, I'm already logged in, so it's gonna have all of my designs right here. If you scroll down, there's a bunch of different templates that you can do for the different sizes you need. These are gonna be the right size already for Facebook posts. These are for Instagram posts. They have different ones that have video backgrounds as well. If you want just a stagnant picture, you name it, there's a zillion things that you can choose from. logos if you need to create a logo for yourself. There's a bunch of ways that you can get everything you need, all the design, all the graphics for free. Create it yourself on Canva, which I highly recommend, especially when you're starting out. Instead of paying for a bunch of people to make a really nice YouTube banner and profile picture, a logo, all of those things really add up. So I would recommend holding off on paying for all of those things. Just kind of mess around with Canva and create it yourself at first. So if you scroll down, you'll find YouTube thumbnails right here. So this is the one that I replicated. I used this template. So you're going to go ahead and click on the template. Then you can change and customize literally every single aspect of this photo or this thumbnail that you want. You also want to make sure that you name it here at the top. That way it doesn't say pink and purple sporty gradient fitness YouTube thumbnail. Like, what is that? That obviously is not the thumbnail that you're going to be using. So I'm going to label this how to create a thumbnail video thumbnail. Okay, so now I labeled it. So what I'm going to do is replace this photo. You can either upload photos or you can use a bunch of free photos that you want. So I typed in cell phone. And this is the photo that I chose. You do have to be a pro member in order to use this image, but there's a bunch of free images that you could use as well if you want. So I'm going to click on this one and I'm going to delete her real quick. I don't need her on my thing. Now we need to resize this. So we are just going to drag it out until it covers the area that we need it to cover. Okay, so now as you see, it's on top of everything else and we don't want it to be on top. We want it to be behind these features like it was originally. So you're gonna go to position over here and hit backward until everything is in front just like it was before. Now we just replace it with our own image. So this over here I don't like, so I went ahead and deleted it. I kept this, you double click it and you can change whatever word and put whatever text you want. So I put how to create. Now it's a little bit too big for the words, so you're going to drag it out a little bit. That way it can all be on the same line, right about there. And this is a thumbnail. So same thing, you're going to drag out the box. That way it'll fit everything on one line, which is right there. Now you can change the color, so you just click on it. Up here shows the color that it is. You can pick a couple standard default colors, or if you want to create your own color, you can go over here. I usually like it to be a lighter, more blush pink, so we're going to go like that. Then when you click this one, it's going to already have the color right here, so that way they'll be the exact same color, which is great. You don't have to try to find that specific color again. If you already have a color that you really like, you can just enter in the code right here, and that way you can use literally the exact same color on all of your thumbnails to keep it really cohesive. So now what I did, oh, didn't mean to drag that. Okay, now what I did, which is my favorite part, I'm going to turn this cell phone into a frame. So what you can do is go to Elements, and there's a bunch of different frames that you can use. So if you scroll down here, go to See All, just to give you guys an example. So what a frame is the photo that you put on here is going to fall right into this frame. So let me show you real quick with this as an example. Okay, so now let's go to Photos, and let's do a flower. Is this one. So let's delete this one, and let's add this right on top of the frame. So now it's going to be the flowers, but around that frame. So it's going to stick that photo right inside there, which I really love that feature about Canva. So let's delete this because we don't actually need it and we don't need the frame. We're just going to search for YouTube, and we're going to use this, which is awesome because it's already a PNG. There's no background I need to worry about taking out, which is great. Put that right there. Now let's get the cell phone frame. So then you're going to go back to Elements, and I'm going to type in iPhone frame. So there's 3 different iPhone frames. I just chose this one over here. So now I need to make it the same size as the other one, so I can just kind of lay it right on top to cover up that one and make it a frame. There, perfect. So again, I need to position it so that way it's behind this text right here because I want this to lay on top of it. Now I am going to grab an image. So I uploaded an image from Canva on my cell phone. And you're just going to drag it right on top. It's going to fit right in the frame. I can't even tell you guys how I love that feature and how impressed I am with that feature. I just think it makes your thumbnails look so incredibly professional. So this is the thumbnail that I created for this video. So that is exactly how to do it. It's super, super easy. Now let's get it downloaded. We already titled it, so we're going to click download. If you want a transparent background, the reason I use transparent backgrounds is if I only wanted the cell phone in the frame, say the rest of it was just a white blank background, and I wanted to add this on another thumbnail, or I'll use this a lot of times to add on top of my videos. That way I have a nice image to add on my video. Then I'll click transparent background. But for thumbnails, I don't change anything. I just hit download. And let's go over to our YouTube studio so we can see how to add this onto a video. So here is a recent video I did on how to grow your Instagram and how to get to 10,000 followers fast. So when you click on it over in your YouTube studio, you're automatically going to be on details. So thumbnail is right here. You can either create a thumbnail on this, which I don't recommend. It doesn't have as many features as Canva. But as you see, I have this here. It'll take random screenshots of your during your video and pretend that you want to use that as a thumbnail. I also don't recommend that. So what you're going to do is click on it. So if you don't like this one, you're going to click these three little dots right here. You're going to go to change. And we already downloaded the one that we want to use. So we are going to go to downloads, how to create a thumbnail video thumbnail, click open. And now we have it right here. So then what you're going to do is click save. It's going to save that thumbnail, and that's going to be your thumbnail that people are going to see when they're scrolling through on YouTube. So now let's head over to PicsArt so I can show you a couple features of PicsArt that I really like. For PicsArt, I'm going to show you how to edit it on your cell phone. That's where I typically do it. I don't use PicsArt on a computer, but you can use PicsArt on a website as well. So if you want to do that, if you don't have a smartphone, or if you just prefer using your computer to do editing, you can go to PicsArt.com as well, and those are linked below in the description box. So there are a bunch of different features that they have on the front page of what other people have done. So you can try it on your own photo as well, if that's what you would like to do. So there's a bunch of really fun ones. This one I think is really cool here. But I'm going to show you how to remove a background. If you want to do that, you can blur out a background as well. So you're going to click the plus sign, go to all photos, and pick whatever photo you want. Okay, then at the bottom, you're going to scroll to the right and go to cutout. Then you can cut out a person, a face, the clothes, the sky, whatever. You can click whatever you want. I want the whole person to be cut out. So now I'm all red, but I don't know how perfect the lines are. So you're going to click preview. And it shows you there that it cut my hand off because my hand was behind the tree. So if you want to edit it a little bit, you can restore some parts, make the restore button bigger or smaller. Same with the erase. If it brought in too many pieces and you want to erase it, you can. You can pinch and make the photo bigger or smaller. That way you can get really intricate with it. So if you want to get closer on your legs, whatever you want to do, you can do that with this feature. If you mess something up, hit the back button there at the top. So now I'm pretty happy with how it looks. So we're going to go ahead and hit preview and save and save. Download photo. Done. Okay, now we have that photo. So let's go back to that same photo. Now I want to show you how to blur the entire photo. So you're going to go to effects. And you're going to scroll to the right and click blur. Now, you can focal blur if you want to just kind of focus on you. The rest looks a little fuzzy. Radial blur, I don't know why you would ever use that. That makes me dizzy. Lens blur, I typically just do blur. That way the whole thing is blurred. Then I'll hit apply. You can also crop this to be the size you need for a YouTube thumbnail because right now it's way too tall. You're going to go to tools at the bottom, go to crop, scroll over all the way to the right, and you see it says YouTube. Now this is the exact size that you need for a YouTube thumbnail. So you can move the image up and down. Let's put me right here, hit apply. Then I want to paste that photo that we just did on top of myself. That way only the background is blurred, but I am perfectly clear. So you can go to sticker, collections at the bottom. These are a bunch of the ones that I've already done where I cut myself out. So it was this one that we did. So we're going to add that sticker. You can make it as big as you want or as small as you want. Make sure you're fitting like right on top of yourself. There we go. You can also click your image, add a shadow. You can also adjust the shadow. You can add a border, change the color of the border. Whatever you want to do, there's a bunch of different things you can do. I'm not going to border this one because then obviously my hand is cut off, so it kind of looks weird. So we're just going to not border it. Okay, so then you can add a bunch of stickers as well if you want. Go to Discover. You can type in whatever you want. If you're doing an Instagram one, talking about Instagram, they have an Instagram logo that you can add to your thumbnail. Maybe put that up there. There's a bunch of different things, obviously, that you can do, which I love. There's call out. If you want to type in whatever you want. Hey, girl. Make it bigger or smaller. Change the color. Let's do blue. So there's a bunch of ways, obviously, that you can make this look super, super cute. So whatever your thumbnail is going to be, that obviously wants to be the theme of the different kind of stickers and stuff that you're using. But all of the images on here are really high quality. So if this is what you wanted to add, you're going to hit apply, then you're going to hit next, and you're going to hit save and download the photo. Now the photo is downloaded to my phone. So let's go over to our YouTube Studio app. And let's change this thumbnail real quick. So you're going to click this little pencil. You're going to hit custom thumbnail. You're going to add the thumbnail that you just created, hit select, and hit save. Now you just added your thumbnail to your photo. So now let's add the actual thumbnail that I made for this video to give you guys an idea of what I chose. So this is the thumbnail that I created on PicsArt. I used this Instagram photo, which I thought was super cute. And of course, I only have a few words on it, grow your Instagram, so that way it stands out. You know exactly what this video is about. My face is on it, of course. I just blurred out the background and put myself back on it, added a border, a shadow, pretty simple. Then you're gonna hit save. So all of the features of this thumbnail that I just added to this video, I did on PicsArt right from my cell phone. Okay, so we're gonna scroll over and go to text, and I'm gonna do... Now, if you want to make this all one line, you're going to drag this out in the middle. If you don't want it to be one line, you can mess with it that way. Then you can make it bigger, smaller. You can scroll to the right, change the spacing again if you want them to be closer or super far apart. If you want them to be like this, that way they're like around you, you can do that. Now, this is my favorite feature of PicsArt, which is why I use it all the time. If you go to stroke, you can make it black and you can bold out and outline your text, which obviously makes it stand out so much more. Then you go to color, and that's going to change the color of the actual text. So that is everything you need to know about how to create an eye-catching thumbnail and how to upload it onto your YouTube video. If you have any questions about anything in this video, drop a comment below, let me know. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please go ahead and smash that like button for me. And of course, if you haven't checked out any of the other videos that I've recently published, definitely click these videos here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next Friday.